to show bunt, and it forces the infield to come in right off the bat.
First pitch, she fouls it off. Attacking early on, Cordelletti.
She has 3 hits in the series, and it almost feels like that she's been kind of held in check to an extent, but that just says just how great she's been, batting .442 on the season. She can leg out infield hits like the best of them.
Shows bunt again, the 0-1. She swings on it and pops it up into foul territory. That one's going to get down. No Badgers able to come away with it. 3 converging. The count will go to 0-2 now for Cordelletti.
And this is a spot that Cordelletti's still comfortable with. She's only has 8 strikeouts on the season.
Look at her numbers, 20 RBIs, 3 home runs. As that one's hit deep into center, Bannon's under it, and that's going to be the first out of the game. So just 3 pitches thrown by Magnanimo to Cordelletti. They get the out. A strong start for Wisconsin's pitcher.
And that's going to be another factor to keep on throughout this game, keep an eye on throughout this game, is that Magnanimo, she pitches a lot. I mean, her arm is basically made of rubber, but you pitched the first 2 games, had a heavy workload all season. I'm sure that Ohio State would love to make her pitch as many times as possible, so quick out's going to be key for her.
First pitch in there, going up against Taylor Heckman, a senior outfielder from Utica, Ohio, getting her 33rd start of the season.
What a premier punch that Ohio State has between Tegan Cordelletti and Taylor Heckman. I mean, Heckman batting .344 with 3 bombs on the season, 6 extra base hits. Lineup that can do damage early.
2-0. That's going to be the first strike of this at-bat thrown by Magnanimo. Brings the count to 2-1.
And Ohio State, it feels like they've had an emphasis this series on not swinging on too many pitches. They want to force these pitchers to attack the zone. And to their credit, it's generated a lot of base runners.
That one's going to be outside for ball 3.
But that's just kind of the style that Coach Kelly Kovac-Shanley has. Is this is a team that bats over 300 on the season, so they're able to get those infield hits very easily, can advance the runners. It's a repeatable style of play.
That one's low, and it'll be ball 4. So Heckman is going to take first base, a walk. The second batter from Magnanimo, now facing Cami Quartercracks. She's definitely a threat. She's shown it in the first 2 games of this series.
Yeah, I mentioned in the pregame that she has had quite the series. As we'll take a peek at the Wisconsin defense here. This is a team that they lead the Big Ten in errors, but you couldn't tell based on how they played yesterday. Olivia Bark had multiple fantastic plays in left. Ava Kuzak with some highlight plays, but I go back to those errors. This is a defense that can, as Coach Healy said, it makes the difficult plays look easy and the easy plays look difficult.
First pitch fouled off by Quartercracks. We talked about the highlight plays that these Wisconsin outfielders have made at times. Peyton Bannon just a couple series ago against Nebraska featured on SportsCenter's top 10 with an outstanding catch in center field. So these Wisconsin defenders, they make plays. That one fouled off again by Quartercracks.
Yeah, who's the announcer for that game? I forget.
That would be myself.
Oh, okay.
Quartercracks, who's been a very solid player for Ohio State all season. She started every game, facing an 0-2 count. Swings on it, hit hard into left, but Bark is under it, makes the catch. Heckman is tagging, she's going for 2, and she will be able to take second base. So Quartercracks is retired, Heckman to second, and 2 down for Ohio State.
I like the aggressive base run from Ohio State, though, tagging up to get second. You don't see that too often, but I think Ohio State knows that although Bark is a very rangy defender, she doesn't have necessarily a rocket arm.
Definitely have to be more aggressive, trying to avoid the sweep, as Sam Hackenbrack now comes to the plate, the designated player today. First pitch will be a strike thrown by Magnanimo. 25 RBIs, 7 home runs on the season for Hackenbrack. She has power. She's shown it in her career, the senior. Maybe not the same numbers this season as she's had in the past, but she is still a very dangerous hitter, and you have to be careful with her if you're Magnanimo.
Well, she's a DP, but you mentioned that she usually plays catcher, so the fact that she had a triple yesterday shows the athleticism, and mentioned also a 9th inning bomb as well. So you mentioned maybe not the season to her standards, but she's more than capable of breaking out of it. Looks like she already is.
That pitch fouled off. We've already seen these Ohio State batters battling and fouling off a lot of pitches, but they've been getting themselves behind in the count. That's caused some problems with 2 quick outs for Wisconsin. Here's the 0-2. Fouls off again. Keeps herself alive.
Foul ball is brought to you by Quick Trip. Free any size fresh blends drink today.
Did you just hear that? If you get a foul ball, you get a free Quick Trip drink.
Always love the sort of promotions that they come up with at these sort of games.
For our friends in Ohio, I think Quick Trip's like the equivalent of Casey's.
There's the 0-2. That one's going to be outside. Looks like Wells was wondering to see if Heckman would go for 3. Heckman stays at second.
She's batting .264 in the season, but .324 with 2 outs.
The 1-2. That one's low. Again, Wells trying to pick off Heckman at second. Thought about it.
And usually you don't see someone steal third with 2 outs, but with Ohio State, that's just kind of their style of play. They like to put the ball in play more, and I mentioned like 100 times already get infield hits, so they're not necessarily going to hit deep shots as often as the Badgers, but if you're on third base, you want to be able to score on a slow roller through the infield.
Another pitch fouled off by Hackenbrack. And something that's been a bit of a trend in this series so far is Wisconsin has been being able to score first, and that's been a big boost to them. So it'll definitely be big for Ohio State if they are able to get the first run. We'll see if Hackenbrack, she can get the ball in play and allow Heckman to run the bases and potentially give Ohio State an early lead. Check swing. And Magnanimo gets the strikeout, and that's going to end the inning. So a good start defensively for Wisconsin. She takes on the toughest part of this Ohio State lineup, and she comes away unscathed. Played Oklahoma, was ranked first at the time. Blomberg fouls that one off into the stands.
For Ohio State, they're 20-17 going into this game, but 2-9 in conference. They definitely have the batting order to work their way back into this very, it's a jam-packed conference setting. I think we'll show a graphic of that later on in the broadcast.
Big swing by Blomberg, and Paulson gets her first strikeout of the day. She had 2 yesterday in the inning that she pitched, and now she's able to get her first, a good response. Here's a look at the Ohio State defense. Burns, the freshman, getting the start at catcher. Destiny Norrie's also getting just her 20th start of the season at first base. First pitch outside for ball 1, as coming to the plate is Emmy Wells, the most powerful hitter in this Wisconsin lineup. 11 home runs in the season. She's hit 2 in the first 2 games of this series. See if she can come up with another big hit. Strike 1 taken there.
It's kind of been another story for the Badgers. They had 31 homers last year. It's not a super high mark, but still decent. And Coach Yvette Healy said that she kind of expected that number to drop going into this year, but instead it's gone up. They have 43. That's 3 out of first place.
That pitch in there for strike 2. One thing that Coach Healy has talked about, though, at times is while the home run numbers may be up, a lot of them have been solo home runs, so they definitely want to try to get their power hitters, especially Emmy Wells, in situations like this one with runners on base. And that's going to be another strikeout for Paulson. So she gives up 2 hits against her first 2 Badgers, but then able to strike out the next 2 as Brooke Cuffle comes to the plate for the Badgers.
And that was a great pitch there from Lexi Paulson, able to get the outside of the zone there. I believe it might have been a drop ball, but she's someone where you get the 6.13 ERA, but that can tell you that the fact that she's still seeing so many innings.
Cuffle hits that one into left. It's another hit. Coming to the plate is Kuzak is safe, and it is 2-0 Wisconsin. It's an RBI double from Brooke Cuffle, who has had a fantastic series. Comes away with another big hit.
She's got a lot of power for the Badgers. This time she's able to dump it into left. Some great base running there. That was an awfully close play, but ooh, a nice slide there.
Just able to get the hand onto the plate, get the run. It's a 2-run lead for Wisconsin here in the bottom of the first. That one's low for ball 1. Paulson now against Peyton Bannon. Senior outfielder, has 4 home runs on the season, hitting .267. It's going to be strike 1.
Bannon doesn't quite have as much power behind her bat, but they love having her in this spot because she has got 12 steals, only been caught once, so she's someone where you can't let her on base. But with 2 outs, those might be the batter you want up for Ohio State.
That one's going to be outside. When we talk about the steals, that's something Wisconsin has excelled at this season. They're 3rd in the Big Ten in stolen bases and stolen base attempts. They're 46 for 57 on the season. 2-1 to Bannon. Count goes to 3-1. As Paulson tries to get herself out of this inning, which is not gone according to plan. Big swing there by Bannon. Now a full count.
Went with the off speed there, and Bannon way ahead of that one.
Big pitch coming. Full count, 2 down, Wisconsin 2, Ohio State 0 here in the bottom of the first. Paulson's pitch, that one's hit towards short. Quarter cracks, makes the play. That's the 3rd out, and that ends the inning. So Wisconsin able to get 2 runs in the bottom of the first, but Ohio State able to limit any more damage. We'll go to break. Wisconsin 2, Ohio State nothing here on Big Ten Plus.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
First pitch to Burns is high. And Burns has been a very, very impressive freshman for Ohio State this season.
Yeah, excellent plate discipline, not just for a freshman, but for any player, period. A .377 on-base percentage.
7 home runs in her debut season. Fouls this one off. One of those home runs includes a grand slam against Southeast Missouri State early this season.
You gotta love that. I'm sure that you get all the butterflies in your freshman, first collegiate action, able to go yard to start a career.
No butterflies in this player. The 1-1 from Anyanamo, and she's gonna get strike 2 there.
Generous call.
That one's hit into left, and it's down for a hit. Nori's going to go for 3rd. She's going to come in and score. Jasmine Burns with an RBI double. Ohio State getting their first run of the day. It's 2-1.
It's a nice piece of hitting there from Burns, able to dump it into left center field. We know that Olivia Bark is a rangy defender left, made some excellent plays yesterday to Rob Biblovitz, but not able to do so there. Just great contact, perfectly placed there in the gap. And just like that, we talk about how Wisconsin has gotten the lead early, and Ohio State has not been able to respond until those middle innings. This time you strike back right away in the second inning.
RBI number 31 on the season for Burns as they bring in a pinch runner. That's number 11, Taylor Cruz. So a freshman for a freshman. She will now run the bases starting from second.
Freshman from Baser, Kansas. And it's part of why I love this sport so much is the substitution rules. I love that you can sub players out and they can still bat their next time up. Kind of adds to the strategy of the sport.
We have two teams here who definitely sub a lot. They take advantage of those rules.
That might be an understatement.
Kirsten Epley fouls the first pitch off.
But you look at someone like Taylor, I mean, she's only 17 at-bats her name, but she's played in 29 games, scored 11 runs. So I just think it's awesome that when you have just such a massive lineup, you only bat 9 people, that you can get so many people to playing time.
Definitely want to take advantage of the different skill sets all these different players provide. Strike thrown there by Magnanimo. The count goes to 0-2.
And that philosophy applies so well to Epley, who not the best bat on the team, hitting 242, but she is great in center.
Senior brings the experience to this team. That one's outside. Magnanimo missing the zone there. That'll be the first ball of this at-bat. That one's inside, and the crowd wanted a strike called. They're not going to get it. Brings the count level at 2-2.
And that's kind of the philosophy of Tessa Magnanimo. When she gets someone that 0-2 hole, she's very comfortable pitching out of the zone, trying to get him to wave at someone. That was very close. Got to give it a lot of credit. Not chasing that one.
The 2-2, that one's hit deep into right. Huffle back to the warning track, makes the play. Tagging up his Cruz, she's going to take third. So once again, Wisconsin gets the out, but Ohio State advances the runner.
And Epley got just under that one. You can see her leaning out to try and get it. And Kuffel just about at the track there. Very nearly gave the Buckeyes the lead.
So close to a home run once again for Ohio State. So now we go to the bottom of the order. Caitlin Farley. Fouls off the first pitch.
What does it say? It's your 9 hitters hitting 298 on the season.
But another solid player for Ohio State.
Yes.
Started every game of the season. That trend continues today.
Got 31 hits, only 2 of them extra bases, but with a runner on third, this is exactly the spot you want a batter like her.
Hits that one into left. Bark makes the play for out number 3. So Wisconsin able to hold on to their lead. Some timely defensive plays, and they will lead 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the second here on Big Ten Plus.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
In the second, and Yvette Healy coming out for another pinch runner. Mary Therese Nevin is going to take over at first.
Leadoff walks. Those can be a killer for the defense. Just having a tough time locating so far, Paulson is.
See if she'll be able to settle into this inning like she was able to do after those couple early hits in the first. Throws another ball. Going up against Olivia Bark, another one of those promising young players, a freshman from Bettendorf, Iowa. She fouls that pitch off.
It's worth mentioning that Paulson pitched yesterday for the Buckeyes, just 1 inning, but only allowed 1 walk, a very clean inning overall, had 2 strikeouts.
Ohio State coach Kelly Kovacs-Shanley definitely was impressed what she saw in Paulson yesterday, especially with some of the pitching troubles they've had in this series, especially in game 1s and 2.
And she came in when the Badger offense was white hot, so she was able to stem the bleeding a little bit. Ohio State not able to get any runs down the stretch to work themselves back into the game, but it's one of those players where talent is all there, and maybe down the stretch in this season or in future ones, she could be a fantastic pitcher.
A bunt from Bark. Nevin's going to take second, and the throw is high, so Bark's going to get to second. Nevin is to third. It's another mistake defensively from Ohio State, so they aren't able to get what looked like a routine out. So 2 runners on for Wisconsin with none down, and Kelly Kovacs-Shanley is going to come have a conversation with her pitcher.
You can see that Hackenbrack started as the DP, now the catcher, and fielded it very cleanly, just a throw way over the head of her first baseman. This is why she's in the 9 spot. The Badgers wanted to get her aboard, and all of a sudden the top of the order up in business.
First pitch is a ball. Sardashny, a senior from the Woodlands, Texas, hasn't played as much she maybe has wanted to this season, but she's still coming in some big spots, batting just under 300. Has 1 homer on the season.
And as a grad student, I mean, Coach Healy just has had nothing but praise for her. I'm sure that as a grad student you expect to play every day, every at-bat, and you could say she's earned it as well. But she's been more than willing to take a back seat for helping the Badgers as part of their process right now. She won't be around for future seasons, but by her that willingness to help teach people to be a leader on the squad, despite the young people here helping out, taking her playing time, goes to show the kind of culture that Wisconsin's trying to build here.
It's definitely one of the biggest strengths of this Wisconsin team, how much the team just likes each other. That pitch misses the zone wildly.
We could basically say that about most of these teams. These managers do an excellent job. I'm sure Kelly Kovacs-Shanley also does a great job. These teams are on the road. They like to go travel and see some stuff. You got to build that camaraderie as a squad.
Especially for Wisconsin, as this is just their second.
Uh-oh.
That pitch got away. Mary Therese Nevin coming for home, and Hackenbrack makes the tag. So Nevin is out, unable to get that third run, but Bark is able to take third. And now Healy going to have a conversation with the umpire.
Yeah, and what a play here by Hackenbrack. It gets away, but no Panfrey able to quickly locate it. And you know Wisconsin aggressive on the base pass. That's just a little bit too aggressive there, personally, for my liking. And great play from Hackenbrack, able to track down a very speedy and nifty runner in Mary Therese Nevin.
Showing her experience there, as she's able to make up for her initial mistake. So 1 down now for Wisconsin. And here's the 3-0 to Sardashny.
Expect an automatic take here.
That one's inside. It's going to be a walk. So Wisconsin right back to having 2 runners on base. And we go back to the top of the order with Fiona Gerardo.
And I'm really excited to see the base running strategy here, because yesterday Ohio State, we get a mound meeting here, caught Wisconsin napping in a similar spot where Ohio State had runners on the corner. Runner stole second base, and as Emmy Wells threw to second, the runner on third just bolted home, scored very easily. So I'm really excited to see if there will be a steal attempt at second, if there's a throw down to second, if a runner on third could bolt home.
See if she's able to come away with a few big ones here against Wisconsin. First pitch is going to be strike 1.
3 complete game shutouts as well. She's been fantastic.
Also brings the experience to the circle. Very, very important. Just like Magnanimo for Wisconsin, having these experienced pitchers can do wonders for your team. That one's low for ball 1.
For pitching against Wisconsin, she took down Ohio on April 10th, went 5 scoreless innings, only 3 hits, 1 walk. But before that one, against Minnesota, 6 earned runs to her name in 5 of the 3rd inning.
Here's the 1-1. It's going to be another ball.
In a spot like this, you got a runner on third with 1 out. Strikeout stuff is exactly what you want.
Gerardo trying to drive another run in. That one's going to be outside, so it's ball 3, a 3-1 count. A walk is absolutely not what you want. If you are Smith and Ohio State, do not want to load the bases with just 1 out. There's the pitch, and it's going to be a strike. Gerardo thought that she was going to take first, but instead it's a full count.
Yeah, that was big, able to get that inside part of the zone, a clutch pitch.
A big pitch from Smith. Can she come up with another big one? That one's hit, foul. So Gerardo stays alive.
Gerardo with 13 strikeouts on the season. Not too many. If there's a pitcher you can strike out to, it's definitely Helson Smith.
The 3-2. Fouls off again.
The ball may be out of play, but fresh blends drinks are out of this world. Snag one today from your local Quick Trip.
Quick Trip getting their money's worth today.
That's what they do. And there is going to be a strikeout by Smith, and then the throw to second.
Oh, wow.
They're going to get 2 outs. Gerardo thought she got the walk.
Yeah, it was a late called strike 3, and the runner on first wound up walking towards second because she thought it was a walk, and then Ohio State able to take him out, create themselves a double play.
So that is not what Wisconsin had in mind. Here's the strikeout. Gerardo thought she was going to take first, and then the throw to second. A big play for Ohio State. We'll go to break. That's the end of 2 here from Madison. Wisconsin 2, Ohio State 1.
Wisconsin has their infield in. You can see why.
Heckman showed bunt on that one. She takes a ball. She was walked on her first at bat. Trying to get back on base. Showed bunt again. It's another ball. Back-to-back plays where Wells getting up, trying to see if they can pick off Cordelletti at first. Big swing. Cordelletti's going for second, and the throw. Emmy Wells able to connect with Ava Kuzak, and they get the out on Cordelletti.
Wow, just the 4th time that she's been caught stealing all year. Just an absolute rifle down to second.
Fantastic throw, that one by Emmy Wells. And the tag by Kuzak.
Yeah, the throw wasn't perfect. Usually you want to be a little bit out in front of Kuzak, but a great adjustment, and still you can see the power behind Wells' arm there. Cordelletti is a very difficult runner to get out, whether it be in the box or on the base pass. So it's having her as leadoff for them being able to get her out on the base path. Crisis averted for Wisconsin.
Full count, fouled off by Heckman. Cordelletti, she has 14 successful stolen bases on the season. That was her 18th attempt. She doesn't get caught often. It takes a very, very good play to get her. That's what we saw from Emmy Wells. So a full count to Heckman with 1 down. That one's fouled off again.
Another bonus of getting Cordelletti out, as you can see the infield backs up now. One of those things where the threat's almost as dangerous as the the action where it looked like that Heckman kind of took a traditional batting stance even when Cordelletti was on.
Another pitch fouled off.
So Wisconsin was playing bunt, and if Cordelletti was still on base, Heckman could have done what we saw yesterday happen where infield in, line went over the top of Sardashti and advanced the runners.
Another good battle of an at-bat. And again, Heckman stays alive, fouls off another. That's 4 in a row now.
Talk about how Magnanimo did not have a strikeout in the complete game she threw in game 1. And although she is more of a ground ball pitcher, that's kind of her MO. That's also due to Ohio State just being a very disciplined group.
Don't have the hitting success that this Buckeye team does without that. That one's popped up towards short, and it gets lost in the sun. So we've talked about how nice the weather is today, but the sun playing a factor there. And Kuzak and Hubbard both were coming towards it. Neither of them able to make the play. And Heckman gets on base again.
Yeah, right between Kuzak and Hubbard. I think it would have been Kuzak's ball because it was to the left of second base. But they're two very young players. We kind of talk about they make the easy plays look difficult, difficult plays look easy. And it's one of those things where talk about the talent that Wisconsin has, but they have had a ton of growing pains as well.
So now Quarter cracks up to the plate, and she takes strike 1.
That's going to go as a base hit for Heckman. Yeah, the rule is didn't touch the glove of anyone, so base hit for the Buckeyes.
That one's popped up by Quarter cracks, Magnanimo under it. And this one able to make the catch, get out number 2. So Quarter cracks retired. But now it's Hackenbrack's turn for Ohio State.
You can see as that one was in the air, the grad student Magnanimo took extra care to try and call off Sardashni from third.
Hackenbrack struck out in the first. That one's outside for ball 1.
Only 2 stolen bases for Taylor Heckman on the season. Did on just 2 attempts, but this could be a spot where maybe she should try and get her third.
Hackenbrack, she had an RBI triple yesterday. She fouls that one off. Hackenbrack, she's had a very, very good career with the Buckeyes. And their last Big Ten series a week ago against the Minnesota Golden Gophers, she tied her career high with 4 hits in a game. She'll be able to make any more noise in this series. There's the throw by Wells back to first. Heckman is able to be safe. Wells definitely fired up after that first pick off at second, trying to get another.
Yeah, got some confidence under her belt.
That one's outside by Magnanimo. Will be ball 3. So a hitter's count for Hackenbrack with 2 down.
Watch out for a big swing here.
There is the swing, but that ball's hit foul. So it'll be a full count now for Hackenbrack.
She's got some serious power, 7 homers at second on the team. Like the idea of 3-1 of trying to go yard, but I think Magnanimo recognized that as well. Left that one inside and might have gotten her to chase a little bit.
3-2, that one's hit into right. Tough play, but it is made by Brooke Kuffel for out number 3. That's going to end the top of this first inning. So Ohio State unable to cut into the lead at all, unable to tie the game. It stays 2-1 to Wisconsin. So we'll take a break here on Big Ten Plus from Madison. Welcome back to Madison as we take a look at Allison Smith, a very, very, very good pitcher for Ohio State, 5th in program history with 498 strikeouts. So she's 2 away from hitting the big 500.
She's got some strikeout stuff before, as we mentioned, 6 strikeouts per 7 innings. So knock on wood, she's definitely on track, you could say, to reach that milestone.
She throws strike 1 there against Ava Kuzak. Kuzak now takes ball 1.
And Allison Smith, she pitched 182 innings last year. And that's just so valuable to have for a manager because, I mean, unfortunately, pitcher injuries are just kind of a commonplace in the sport. So having someone who can kind of, you don't have to panic, someone who can, although they might not, there might need some extra ice in the morning, they can still fill in those extra spots.
That one's hit deep into center field by Kuzak. It is gone! Solo home run from Ava Kuzak. And the Badgers have a 3-1 lead. A big, big hit from the sophomore.
These Badger outfielders, they got some power to see the whole team celebrating there, giving her the big hat. And yeah, able to have enough muscle there to drive that one into deep center, just about parallel with the batter's box. Wisconsin team that Coach Yvette Healy said that she wanted to help this team get homers of people on base, so she'll definitely take a leadoff solo shot to start an inning.
It's been a series where the Badger bats have come up big. It happens again. Ava Kuzak, another big home run.
That's homer number 15 hit off of Allison Smith this year.
Kuzak, home runs in back-to-back games. She had a 2-run homer yesterday. It's going to be a strike thrown by Smith going up against Hillary Blomberg.
But that's the nice thing about Allison Smith is where this is her 4th year on the squad, pitched so many innings, she's seen it all, and I'm sure if there's somebody who's going to bounce back, not get into her head, and maybe even be able to close out the rest of this game depending on how many innings they needed to pitch, it's definitely her.
Blomberg struck out in the first. Now going up against a pitcher who loves to strike out batters. But the count goes to 3-1. Back-to-back balls thrown by Smith. And Blomberg able to get the walk and get on base, as Emmy Wells will come up to the plate, and Yvette Healy going to bring in another pinch runner. It's Danielle Lucy, a freshman from Cottage Grove, Wisconsin. Has 12 stolen bases on the season, so a big threat on the base path with none down for Wisconsin and their most powerful hitter coming to the plate. First pitch to Wells, be strike 1. Wells struck out in her first at-bat of this game. It's the payoff that you have to have with a powerful hitter like her. She can hit the ball a long way, but her average not always as high as you may want it. There's the throw to first, trying to pick off Lucy, who's able to get back.
Well, it's probably the ultimate time filler talking point in the softball broadcast, talking about how the decline of how batting average is used. But there's definitely still some value in it. Plenty of spots you just need to get a base hit. And for Emmy Wells,
there's a big hit. Foul. Shows off the power, though. She sends that one a long way.
And you can be great as a low average hitter if you have enough power in your bat. But I'd say maybe even more important than that is the ability to get on base consistently. Almost like a Moneyball, Billy Bean. I'm sure Got to get on base.
That one's hit down the middle. Tough play out at second.
Oh.
What a play. Cami Quartercracks. That was absolutely outstanding. A double play done by herself. And just like that, 2 down for Wisconsin. A really, really good response after the Cusack home run to get those 2 outs.
My goodness, what a play. Slides into second base and from her knees, able to get the put out. That's a clutch double play from the Buckeyes.
Play of her quality. It's almost routine for her. Brooke Kuffel comes to the plate now for Wisconsin with 2 down. And fouls off the first pitch. Kuffel had an RBI single in the first inning. She's had a very, very good series. Series that included a 3-run homer in game 1. That was in the 5th inning. That one just rolled by Smith for ball 1.
Smith used that pitch quite a bit in game 1 of the series, and she likes to leave it low, can also put it up high. But as you saw before, I think it happened a good 3 or 4 times in that game 1 where she kind of lost control, that just rolled it to home plate.
Maybe adjusted too much on that follow-up pitch. Threw it high for another ball. Now Kuffel pops this one up, foul territory, and it's gonna get down. 2 players coming in. It was Mackenzie Bump and Hackenbrack both there.
Yeah, that's the 3rd time we've seen today between these 2 teams where a routine play winds up bouncing right between the infielders. It's very surprising to see some of the best co-region athletes on the planet. And just some, what you really call little league mistakes on both sides.
So Kuffel able to stay alive. That would have ended the inning. The 2-2. And this one's hit to second. And Farley, the routine play for out number 3. So the Badgers extend their lead here in the bottom of the 3rd with an Ava Kuzak home run. But Ohio State able to limit any more damage.
Yeah, Catacracks might have had the highlight of the inning. It was no harm, no foul for the Ms. Papa, but Badgers able to add on with a deep shot to center. That's what they do best, and just like that, Bucky increases the lead 3-1.
We'll be back in just a second here on Big Ten Plus. It is Wisconsin 3, Ohio State 1.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Maybe hasn't played as much as she wanted to as a senior, just her 20th start of the season, but she has still taken advantage of the playing time she's gotten with 4 home runs, 13 RBIs. Had 3 hits and 3 RBIs in a game against Rutgers earlier in the season.
Well, that's all you can do, right? If you're on the bench, I mean, you're going to get your opportunities at some point. Very talented player, and she has definitely done that. And usually when she's getting these starting opportunities down the stretch in conference play, the most important games is because she has produced.
Big swing and a miss there. A strikeout from Manyanamo.
Manyanamo will make an effort to attack these pitchers inside, does exactly that there, and earns herself the first strikeout of the day.
Able to show off her fiery personality after that one with the celebration. Mackenzie Bump now comes up for Ohio State. Big swing there, deep into right. Lucy going back, it's gone. The Buckeyes respond with a big solo home run from Mackenzie Bump.
Well, best revenge is to hit it hard. That's exactly what Bump does. One down with the big celebration with the strikeout, and there's Ohio State answering right back with a celebration of their own.
A huge counter punch by the Buckeyes, and the lead is right back down to 1. Such a clean hit that one was off the bat of Bump. Nothing Lucy could have done about it.
Yeah, she was going slow at the box. She knew it right away. had her hand up in the air as she was rounding first base before it went over the wall.
So we'll see how Magnanimo is able to respond after giving up the home run. And going up against another very, very good hitter, Jasmine Burns. She turns on the first pitch, deep to right center field.
Oh.
They go back to back. And the game is tied just like that. A solo home run from Jasmine Burns. It's 3-3, 2 pitches, 2 home runs. And we're back where we began in Madison.
Wow, is it revenge? We talk about how the Badgers have some power, but Ohio State, to their credit, they had 44 entering today. So Burns, someone who didn't have any hits yesterday, she has left her impact on today. That's her second hit, second extra base hit, and back-to-back bombs for the Buckeyes. What a response.
The fantastic freshman Jasmine Burns does it again. Home run number 8 on the season. She had an RBI earlier in the game, now a home run, and the game is tied just like that. It's the perfect response from Ohio State, exactly what they needed. As now Healy going to have a conversation with her defense.
Yeah, it looks like Magnanimo is still out there.
Magnanimo will stay in.
And this is a really crucial stretch for the Buckeyes. We're talking about how they've had the opportunity to score so many more runs. And Wisconsin, they've been the team where Ohio State, they've responded to an extent in both of these games, had a chance to take them. But Wisconsin will score some late runs and pull away. Now it's Ohio State's turn. Still just 1 out in the inning. Some talented batters coming up. Why not get greedy here and keep piling them on?
Kristen Epley is now up. How is she going to follow up the back-to-back homers? Magnanimo throws strike 1.
If you remember, Epley, she also almost went yard her last time up, had Brooke Huffle out to the track.
Shows a bunt there. Instead takes a ball. Buckeyes, of course, trying to avoid the sweep today. Trying to avoid back-to-back sweeps in series as after getting swept by Minnesota last weekend. It's always tough going into that third game after dropping the first 2, and especially for Ohio State, as this series, yesterday, Wisconsin, they clinched the series win, which was their first against Ohio State since 2013, as Epley's going to strike out, try to check the swing. They said she went around, so Magnanimo responds to the 2 home runs with a second strikeout of the inning. And now Caitlin Farley is up for Ohio State.
I'll go back to the point you made before, Carter. Obviously, if you're Ohio State, you want to take the first 2 games of this series, but I think that Kelly Kovac-Shanley squad is going to be feeling pretty good.
That one's hit towards short. Kuzak bobbled it, and the throw is late. We've talked about how this Wisconsin team, they lead the Big Ten in errors. Another defensive mistake there, unable to get what would have been a very crucial third out.
Yeah, Martinez, I guess, right at Kuzak. Maybe took an awkward hop right at the end and not quite able to recover. Sidearm throw not in time.
Back to the start of the lineup with Cordelletti. First pitch is high for ball 1. Yvette Healy during the week for this series, she talked about how you see the Badger defense, they'll make some outstanding plays, a lot of highlight reel defensive plays, which we've seen in this series and other series, but it's some of the routine plays where you have to execute better. And that last one was another example of a routine play that you want to see Wisconsin do better with, because it's just an easy out that they're unable to get.
Yeah, and you really got to, you can tell as a pitcher you're not charged with the earned run off an error, obviously, but it's still up to you to make sure that you don't get charged with a run, period.
That one hit right at Magnanimo, who makes the play and gets out number 3. So a good response from Magnanimo. But this is a inning that the Buckeyes dreamed of. Back-to-back home runs off the bats of Mackenzie Bump and Jasmine Burns. And the game is tied at 3. Big hits from the Buckeyes. It's 3-3 through as we go to the middle of the 4th. We'll go to break here on Big Ten Plus.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Taking ball 1.
Park has 4 stolen bases on the year of her own, so see Wisconsin tries to keep rolling with the small ball at the top of the order looming.
Sherdashny, who walked in the 2nd. Count goes to 2-0. Can see Bark at first. Definitely leading off, definitely open to the opportunity of taking 2nd. Big swing there by Sherdashny. May have made a little contact. Either way, it is strike 1. That one's inside. Count goes to 3-1. Wisconsin trying to get another runner on base as they then go back to the top of the order with Girardeau due up. And it is a walk for Sherdashny, so she's walked on her first 2 at-bats of this game. And 2 runners on for Wisconsin as we return to the top of the order with Girardeau. And now a conference between the Ohio State infield.
And I think Allison Smith placed that pitch right where she wanted it on that outside. Couldn't quite get the call. Just a battle of 2 veterans there, and this time Sherdashny wins the duel. Able to set her younger teammate up with runners in scoring position.
Girardeau's turn. Her 3rd at-bat of the game. She has had a single earlier in the game, then struck out. Now with 2 runners on and just 1 down. First pitch is outside for ball 1. That one hit into left. Play made, catch made by Cordelletti for out number 2. So Girardeau makes contact, but not the kind of contact she wanted. Neither runner is able to advance.
You can see her trying to drive the one, maybe put it over the wall, but just a great pitch from Allison Smith, putting that one up high and forcing some weak contact.
Here's Ava Kuzak, hit a home run her last at bat. Now with 2 runners on, a chance to extend this lead. First pitch is inside for ball 1. That last home run was number 6 on the season for Kuzak. She also had that RBI double. It's been a fantastic game for her. It's a really promising sophomore.
It kind of makes it more insane that she wasn't playing as much for the Badgers last year, because we know that Coach Healy, if you've got a scrap of talent, there's something that you're good at, she will try and get you in the game to utilize it. So that just goes to show that I don't think that Healy made a mistake as much as it is that Kuzak has developed just so much between her freshman and sophomore year.
The 1-1 from Smith, swung on and fouled. Out of the reach of any Ohio State fielders. Count goes to 1-2. So Smith now the golden opportunity to get out of the inning after giving Wisconsin the lead back.
Not a bad series, Carter, huh?
Not at all. It's been a very, very entertaining series. Big swing and a miss there by Kuzak. Smith gets the strikeout and ends the 4th inning. 2 runners left on base by Wisconsin, but the Badgers able to take the lead thanks to Peyton Bannon taking home on a bunt. We will return for the 5th on Big Ten Plus.
It's kind of worth it, though, because it's a very cool uniform. Look good, play good, right?
Ball 1 thrown by Manyanamo. It's Taylor Heckman back up for her 3rd at-bat. Has a walk and a hit today. And that one's in there for ball number 2.
This performance from Manyanamo really mirroring game 1. Where she's allowed 6 base runners on the day, just 2 earned runs, 1 off an error.
Count now at 3-0. Heckman, who averages .344 on the season, .961 OPS. And Manyanamo gets the first strike of the at-bat there, and able to avoid a 4-pitch walk.
Last time up, Heckman hit a single up the middle. First, she drew a walk.
And there she does get her 2nd walk of the day. Takes first as Quartercracks now comes to the plate. Some power once again for Ohio State. Quartercracks, who's had a good series. This one's popped up into the infield. Serdashny makes the play for out number 1. They keep Quartercracks quiet.
Yeah, 0 for 3 now, and you can see this time the grad student Serdashny flies in there and waves off Kuzak. Wisconsin has trouble with communication here today. This time they get the job done.
Sam Hackenbrack back up, and that one's popped up and foul. Hackenbrack, who hit 2 home runs in her series against Minnesota. She's 0 for 2 on the day, struck out in the 1st. This one's hit into right. 2 players coming in, and the ball is gonna get down. It was Lucy and Hubbard colliding in right field, and Hackenbrack is able to get on base. So another defensive mistake by the Badgers. He's hit 4 home runs. This one fouled off the first pitch she faces. Church coming into this game, she had a home run in their last opponent before this series, a grand slam that is, against Ohio. Part of a Buckeye team which has hit 5 grand slams on the season.
Got some playing time yesterday, drew a walk and 2 at-bats, also earned an RBI.
The 1-1. That's inside for ball number 2.
And Manyanimo's really getting these batters to chase in the early parts of the inning, especially the middle innings when she got those 2 strikeouts. But it looks like Ohio State has made the adjustment. They're making her pitch further inside.
That one's hit towards third. It's going to get through. The bases are going to be loaded. No one's going to come in to score. But a big single from Hannah Church. And the bases are loaded for, as we just said, a team which has hit 5 grand slams on the season. And it's Mackenzie Bump coming back up, who hit a home run in her last at-bat, last inning. Now with a chance to really open up this game for Ohio State.
That'd be an error on Skylar Sardashny. Looks like she was able to try and turn a double play before she fully secured it. Mentioned before, Wisconsin took advantage of the errors previous 2 games. Now it's Ohio State's turn. Could have been ending double play. Now a chance for the Buckeyes to break this one open. Bump went yard her last time up.
Had a sack bunt RBI. Or excuse me, just a sack bunt earlier to advance a runner. In addition to that home run. We've talked about how Ohio State taking advantage of the mistakes despite the slow start they've had in the Big Ten so far.
Uh-oh.
Still a lot of quality and
got hit.
Bump thinks she was hit. The umpire doesn't agree. She's not going to get first.
I think they're going to say it was a foul tip instead.
She thinks she got hit on the head.
Maybe off a ricochet.
Now the umpire is going to have a meeting. We've seen a lot of these conferences between people in this game. If they do give bump first base, it will tie the game. But they're gonna stay with their call. Here's a look at the replay. May have just grazed off.
They're gonna call it a strike, so I think they're ruling that it went off the bat. Huh, I don't see it personally.
I believe they actually called it a ball. Count is at 2-1.
Oh, you're right.
That one definitely is fouled off by Bump.
I was going to say, that one did not touch the bat.
Looks like Wisconsin may have gotten a break there. As from our point of view, it did look like it made contact with the helmet of Mackenzie Bump.
Yeah, good thing for Bump, though. She still has a chance here, and boy, would it feel good for her to, instead of just drawing in 1 RBI and getting a walk, able to dump one in the field and maybe get multiple RBIs to your name.
Circling back to the point before that little incident with Bump, but an Ohio State team, despite their slow start in the Big Ten, just 2-9 so far, they still have a lot of quality in this lineup and the ability to make big plays, which of course we just saw in that last inning with the back-to-back home runs. They can hit it hard, they can score runs, just have to put it all together. And here's a golden opportunity for Mackenzie Bump. Bases loaded, 1 out, count at 2-2. The pitch is fouled. Bump stays alive. Of course, Jasmine Burns, another very powerful hitter, on deck. Part of a very tough lineup that Manyanamo is facing. Bump gonna take a second. Think this is over. It's a very, very big at bat, this one.
Yeah, got time out. Why not use it?
That one's fouled off by Bump.
And Manyanamo got what she wanted. She went well outside and got the batter to chase. Just seen a lot from Ohio State. They've chased quite a bit today, but it's been no harm, no foul for them. Pun intended.
The 2-2 pitch, fouled off again. Quite the battle we're seeing between Manyanamo and Bump. Grad student versus senior. 2 very experienced players.
Talk about pitch count maybe being a factor in this game. This is pitch number 90 coming up from Manyanamo, or 91.
She's used to pitching a lot. That one's hit in the center. It's a base hit. 1 run is going to score. The game is tied. Taylor Heckman comes across. The bases will stay loaded. And it's 4-4.
How about Bump going off the middle with a base hit? Could say she maybe should have been on first already, getting hit, but able to get on first nonetheless.
Yvette Healy now coming out to the circle. have a conversation with her infield and her pitcher.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
This is her 21st appearance of the season. She has a 6.19 ERA. She comes in a tough position, trying to get the Badgers out of what has been a tough inning.
And her kryptonite has been walks. Someone who doesn't have a ton of control right now. 42 walks, that leads her team to 39 strikeouts and 11 hit batsmen as well.
Very big moment for the sophomore. Big moment in this game against an opponent which on paper is very big. Ohio State. Yvette Healy talked about how coming into this game, pretty much every Wisconsin fan, student, and athlete, they know about Ohio State. They want to beat Ohio State. And they've gotten the first 2 wins of this series. They're going for the sweep, which would be a huge boost for this Wisconsin team.
This hasn't been the conference season that Ohio State has wanted, but I think that Kelly Kovac, Shane Lee is going to be feeling pretty good if her team able to come away with a win here, because down once again, similar to the other teams in early goings, but this time they respond and now looking to add on.
First pitch in there for a strike, going up against Farley. Farley, who's 0 for 2 today. The Ohio State second baseman. Shows bunt here with runners on second and third. That one's going to connect. It's another base hit. Burns is in. 2 runs are going to score for Ohio State.
Wow, that was great job of hitting from Farley. That one was out of the zone, up high, but able to elevate and knock that one into right field, driving 2 more runs.
See Girardeau coming forward in case of the bunt.
Yeah, we talked before how when the infield has came in quite a bit. They're very aware of Ohio State's bunting ability, and now that field alignment winds up costing them.
It's been a huge 5th inning for Ohio State. They open up the lead to 8-4. And they're back to the top of the lineup with Cordelletti. That one hit right at Jacobson. It goes off her glove. And again, Ohio State able to get on base.
I think that was a position where I get that if you're Jacobson, you're in the circle, you see a ball, it's just kind of first instinct to try and snatch it. But I think she would have been better off trying to let that one go to Kuzak. Hard hit grounder, maybe an opportunity for 2, definitely 1.
2 runners on again for Ohio State, and it's Heckman who scored the opening run of this inning. She's back up, and there's a hit and another base hit. And coming in to score is Farley. It's 9-4 Ohio State.
Wow, Buckeyes can do no wrong, putting up a 6 spot here in the 5th inning. They've done it every way imaginable. This time they get a grounder through center. We've seen that quite a bit today with Wisconsin's infield alignment.
It goes from bad to worse for Wisconsin, and now Corda cracks back up for Ohio State. She is not who you want to be seeing in this position. 9-4 Ohio State. And that one's going to be ball number 1. And with this Wisconsin team, something we've seen at times is they will fight hard, they'll stay in the game, and there'll just be one inning that gets away from them. And that's something that they've been able to avoid in the first 2 games of this series. And instead, they're the team with those big runs as Quartercracks fouls that one off. She's 0 for 3 on the day with a hat trick of flyouts.
Yeah, nice off-speed pitch there to make it 1-2, but you make a really great point there, pardon me, it's 1-1, that opposing batters against Wisconsin, they've done a great job of piling on runs against them, especially Jacobson, where they're not spacing out their hits, they're getting them all in droves.
Quartercracks towards short, and the Badgers finally get out of the inning. The catch made by Kuzak for out number 3. But what a big inning it was for Ohio State. They dropped 6 runs in the top of the 5th, and they open up a 9-4 lead. We will go to break here from Big Ten Plus. Ohio State 9, Wisconsin 4.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
The first pitch will be strike number 1.
Gotta give some credit for Blomberg, too, at third base. I thought that looked like she was initially going to go off the bat, but able to recognize the ball's going right to the third baseman. And I feel like the bump at least took a peek at trying to get that lead runner out.
Ball 1 taken there by Bannon.
If you're Bannon here, you are down by 5 runs, but right here you got to make sure you at least put one in play and try and get at least one.
Blomberg still waiting on third. Strike 2 thrown by Smith. Both teams number 22s battling at it.
Still down 5, but can't get all back in one inning. If you're Wisconsin, this spot might be content to just try and manufacture yourself one.
That pitch outside by Smith. She alternates balls and strikes. Count goes to 2-2. Here's the pitch, swung on, hit into third. It's a base hit. Blomberg's going to score. Kuffel to second. An RBI single for Peyton Bannon. Number 15 on the season. And the Badgers get a run back.
I can see her pull that one into left field over the head of Bump, and not only does she get a board, but now Badgers get her speed on first base.
So still just 1 down. Runners on first and second for Ellie Hubbard.
Hubbard's
strike 1.
Hubbard's got extra base power, drew a walk in the second inning, grounded out in the 4th. Well, if anything that is deep enough off the top of the wall, and Sully's could be a 2-run game.
The 0-1. Now 1-1. Hubbard hit an RBI double in the bottom of the 4th of game 1. Now in another position to potentially drive in a couple more runs as the Badgers try to cut into this lead. That pitch fouled off.
And man, is that error in left field looming large right now.
It was Blomberg who reached on that error. She's the one who scored for Wisconsin. Count goes to 2-2. Big swing and a miss there, and Smith gets the strikeout. So now 2 down, and Olivia Bark comes to the plate.
Yeah, Smith able to reach that milestone, 500K, and that was a great pitch outside. She recognized the aggressiveness of the batter and left it outside, got her to chase.
A very big pitch for this game from Smith. A very big personal achievement for the senior. Now working against the freshman Bark. Takes strike 1. Bark has an RBI in this game.
They're down a great bunt earlier for the squeeze. Ooh, looks like it fouled off her.
Definitely grimacing in pain there. That was a big swing by Bark. Looks like she sent it right into her own leg. Stoffel waiting at second. Bannon at first. Both hoping to get a chance to run to cause some chaos on the base path. The 1-2 is inside for ball 2.
Buckeyes even that middle of the field open right now. Both Quartercracks and Farley are spaced out towards the bases.
And there is the strikeout from Smith. She does it again. So Wisconsin are able to get 1 run back in the bottom of the 5th, but Ohio State able to stay ahead. It's 9-5 Buckeyes through 5. We'll be right back here on Big Ten Plus. Sam Hackenbrack up for Ohio State, fouls off the first pitch. The count goes to 0-1.
We shot an error last time up, ultimately scored in that monster 5th inning for the Buckeyes.
Fouls off another one. Ohio State trying to add to their lead. Coming off that 6-run 5th. Scored 8 runs in their past 2 innings. Now with going deep into this game, a chance to really put it out of reach. Fouled off again by Hackenbrack.
And it's going to be a bizarre stat line for Tessa Manyanimo, 4 2/3 innings pitched, 7 hits allowed, 2 walks, 8 runs, 3 earned runs. So this Badger defense, we talk about the power they have on offense and how they've sacrificed the defense on the other end. You can definitely see what the result can be at times here today.
That one got away from Jacobson.
But you got to give a lot of credit to Ohio State, though, because how many times have we seen error and it's just no harm, no foul, get the next out. But Ohio State, they've capitalized on Wisconsin's mistakes. That's the most important part.
Here's the 1-2, and that one again, bit wild from Jacobson. Now it looks like
they're going to switch wristbands. I believe they wear wristbands that help them communicate the pitches.
Wisconsin did make a change at catcher. It was Emmy Wells who started the game behind the plate for the Badgers, but now Hillary Blomberg catching. Count at 2-2. Hackenbrack trying to cause more trouble for these Badgers. And Jacobson rolled that one. Now a full count.
Back-to-back pitches from Jacobson where she hasn't gotten close to where she's wanted it. Innings where leadoff runners gotten on have been trouble for both of these defenses, so real big pitch here, full count.
Big swing, and that one foul again by Hackenbrack, but you can see the power that she has. That one went a long way. So another defensive change made by the Badgers. Kate Linkletter is now in right field. Big swing by Hackenbrack into right. Linkletter with a slip, but able to recover and make the catch to retire Hackenbrack for out number 1.
I think Linkletter's first step there was going back, but able to recognize quickly and took a bit of a spill, but thankfully able to recover and make the play.
Hackenbrack unable to get a whole lot behind that one. Hannah Church now coming up for Ohio State. First pitch outside. Jacobson misses the zone.
And she reached on an error too, also in the 5th inning.
A lot of players got on base in that 5th inning for Ohio State as they went through the entire lineup. That one hit towards third. Serdashny behind it, and that's out number 2. So we've seen a couple of mistakes at third from Serdashny today, but that was absolutely perfect, executed perfectly to get that second out.
Number 7, Mackenzie Bump.
Now it's Mackenzie Bump for Ohio State, and she has been absolutely fantastic today. 2 RBIs, a solo home run. Takes ball 1.
Yeah, she's 2 for 2, dropped a sacrifice bunt in the second inning.
A senior who has delivered today for Ohio State.
One of 5 seniors in the lineup.
It's another ball thrown by Jacobson.
What's made this series so fun is just the contrasting styles between these squads. Where Wisconsin like to get those home runs. You want to say maybe reliant on them, but they definitely take advantage.
It was a bump by Bump. And she's able to get to first. So they are able to get a runner on base, avoid a 1-2-3 inning. Jasmine Burns now comes to the plate. Some more power from this Buckeye lineup. Just showing how scary they can be to play.
Bump has some stealing abilities, 6 for 6 on the season.
Burns, who also has hit a home run today. That first pitch high for ball 1. Strike 1 thrown there by Jacobson. Burns 2 for 3. Solo home run, a double, 3 RBIs. A freshman with a lot of promise for this Ohio State team. They expect her to be causing problems in the Big Ten for a long time. One. That one was lined down the left field line, but it will go foul.
Tried to pull that one very nearly snuck to the right side of third base.
So the count at 2-2. Jacobson trying to get out of this inning quickly after the struggles in the 5th. And she's going to get the strikeout on Burns. It's exactly what the Badgers drew up. 3 outs relatively quickly. No more damage done by the Buckeyes. We go to the middle of the 6th. Ohio State 9, Wisconsin 5. Here's the strikeout. Able to get corner of that zone. A big play from Jacobson. As we will take a break here on Big Ten Plus.
Right away, you just need base runners right now. That's exactly the person you want up. Serdashny, technically 0 for 0 just because she got 2 walks and they're both at bats.
First pitch is outside for ball number 1. Serdashny, a 294 hitter, 830 OPS. Big swing there. She fouls it off into the net.
We've been talking all about the value of that leadoff runner, especially so in this spot with topless Badger order looming. Gerardo, she's 1 for 3, and Ava Kuzak's got 2 hits as well.
Wisconsin definitely wants to get some runners on base for the power in this lineup, which of course has been something that they have struggled with at times this season. So while they have hit good amount of home runs on the season. A lot of them have been solo home runs. They're gonna need more than solo home runs today if they want to get the sweep. Umpire having a conversation with both coaches. Kelly Kovac Shanley for Ohio State. Little fact about her, she has never finished a conference campaign with less than 10 wins, but that record is in jeopardy here this season. They're going to have to start getting some more wins if they want to hit that number again.
Yeah, still some time left, but just kind of been dealt a bad hand this year. Much had to deal with some monster injuries to their best player.
Check swing. She went around. That's strike number 2.
Just joining us, Wisconsin got out to a hot start again. Led 2-0, bottom of the first, but Ohio State 6 runs in the 5th.
What the Badgers did well in the later innings of the first 2 games has not translated today. Big swing and another strikeout for Smith. Serdashny is retired. Perfect start to this 6th inning for Allison Smith.
Strikeout number 5 for Smith. She's loved to go up high, generate multiple strikeouts. There she gets another one. Man, that rise ball just lethal.
Badgers go back to the top of the lineup with Girardeau. A swing and a hit into center. And the catch is made for out number 2 by Epley. So 2 down quickly. And the Badgers are starting to run out of time.
Now batting for your Badgers, the shortstop, number 4, Ava Kuzak.
Ava Kuzak coming up. Has a solo home run today. So hit a 2-run homer yesterday. Takes strike 1. Two for 3 on the day, Kuzak. Looking for another big hit out of her. So the count goes to 1-1.
Yeah, Smith opted for the change there. We've seen her get swings and misses on that. In game 1, seen that a bit today. This time Kuzak able to stay patient.
There's a swing, and it's going to stay fair into left. And Kuzak gets another hit. A 3-hit day for Ava Kuzak. She gets to first.
We've seen her show off the power. This time we see her show off that decent placement just right next to the line, right in front of the left fielder. Badgers got something special on their hands with her.
Hillary Blomberg now coming to the plate. 0 for 2 on the day. Does have a walk. Struck out once. Fouls this one off. Blomberg was able to reach last inning on an error, and she was the 1 run that was able to score. Hoping to get on base again. She takes a ball. That one fouled off behind her. Emmy Wells is on deck for Wisconsin, so Yvette Healy hoping that Blomberg is able to get on base, and they're able to get runners on base for Wells. That one's going to be outside for ball number 2.
Kuzak 5 for 8 on steal attempts on the year. Doesn't look like she's been trying to go so far this at bat.
There's the pitch, and it's hit into center. Epley is under it and makes the catch. 2 outs courtesy of Kirsten Epley. and one from a strikeout from Allison Smith. We go to the 7th. Ohio State 9, Wisconsin 5 here on Big Ten Plus. We'll be right back. It's Kirsten Epley up to bat. She was responsible for 2 of the outs in the bottom of the 6th from her center field position. Now trying to do some more damage at the plate. The 0-1 from Jacobson is inside for ball 1.
You talk about Ohio State's upcoming schedule. It's going to be tough against Penn State, who had the way with the Buckeyes last time they played. Penn State 9-3, currently 2nd in the conference. But you're going to play Pitt, who's 13-27 overall, 4-14 in conference. Then Maryland, who's 4-10 in conference. So there really is a good chance for Kelly Kovac, Shanley's squad to kind of flip this late season stretch around.
If they're trying to build off the performance that they've had today. Last pitch was a strike thrown by Jacobson. The 1-2, just outside the zone. Crowd wanted the strike called. They're not going to get it. A close one from Jacobson. The count goes to 2-2.
She struggled out the game, but she's looked better since then.
Settling into this game. The 2-2 popped up. Blomberg going behind, but unable to make the catch as it bounces off the press box. But Epley able to stay alive. Senior from Strongsville, Ohio. He's done very good work in center field. Here at the plate, that one hit towards short. Kuzak, the throw, and what a play that was by Girardeau. The throw was high, but Girardeau able to extend and get back down before Epley was able to reach. And Wisconsin able to get that first out.
Yeah, not a great throw from Kuzak, but Girardeau able to leap up in the air and snag that. That might have been extra bases, and certainly error number 5 on the Badgers if she didn't get down, but maybe a runner in a scoring position. She doesn't even field it.
Looking at that replay, looked like the correct call by the umpire. They'll have a conversation about it, and they will confirm the call as Epley is out. Correct call by these umpires who have done a very good job all day long.
Yeah, our good friends Matt, Chad, and Dirk. What's funny is there's been 12 errors in this series, Carter, but there's also been a lot of highlight defensive plays as well.
Been a very, very exciting series. A lot of runs scored. Of course, the first game finished 8-4 in favor of Wisconsin yesterday. A 10-5 Wisconsin lead, and now Ohio State with a 9-5 lead over the Badgers here in the 7th, trying to put this game out of reach. Caitlin Farley up, she's 1 for 3, and she hits that one hard into left center field, but Olivia Bark able to make the play for out number 2. So 2 batters retired for the Buckeyes. Jacobson really settling in ever since that 5th inning. We go back to the start in the top of the Buckeye lineup with Cordelletti. That one hit right towards Serdashny. Gets the stop. A 1-2-3 inning to start the 7th for Wisconsin. They're going to get a chance at this. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Ohio State with a 4-run lead. But Skylar Serdashny, the good defensive play. We will go to the bottom of the 7th. We'll be right back on Big Ten Plus. Emmy Wells first up, the most powerful hitter in this lineup, the team leader in RBIs and home runs. The Badgers needing a big hit from her. They need 4 runs to stay alive. And a ball thrown by Smith, who has done very well ever since coming in to relieve Lexi Paulson. She has 5 strikeouts.
And we were talking a lot about Wells in the pregame, just how talented she is.
That one hit into center. Epley makes the catch. She was responsible for the final 2 outs of the 6th inning and gets the first one of the 7th. 1 down for Wisconsin.
Yeah, and in all likelihood, that was Wells' last at-bat today. Ohio State did a really great job containing her. Just 1 walk. She was 0 for 3, grounded into a double play.
After hitting home runs in each of the first 2 games of this series, Emmy Wells kept quiet today. Kuffel fouls this one off. Now, talking about Wells, who hasn't been able to have as much of an impact on this game, she's going to be hoping that she'll get another chance at this. It's out of her hands now. Brooke Kuffel has shown her ability in this series with a 3-run home run in Game 1. Trying to get some life into the Badger team. And this crowd here at the Goodman Diamond. It's strike 1 thrown by Smith. Excuse me, that's strike 2. The 0-2 to Kuffel, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 6 by Smith, and the Badgers are down to their final out. A laser thrown by Allison Smith, who has taken control of this game.
You can't say enough about the job that she has done selling the bleeding, going up high once again, earning her 6th strikeout of the day. This was the Badger lineup that was doing very well before she came in. They scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 1st, and now Smith has done a great job of stemming the bleeding here and shutting down this Badger offense that was white hot for the first 2 games.
Strike 1 thrown there. The Badgers have not scored since the 5th. They're down to their final out. Fouled off by Bannon. And now Wisconsin down to their final strike. Ohio State on the verge of avoiding the sweep and getting their 3rd win in the Big Ten campaign. Trying to reinvigorate this season. Trying to turn around what has been a slow start to the Big Ten. The 0-2 from Smith. She rolled it. Peyton Bannon, the senior, 2 for 3 today. Stop play for a second. Something happening over on right. Not quite sure what it is.
Something fell onto the field there.
It looks like a gate open in the right corner. So they will close that for what could be
Still
the final pitch
ajar.
of this game.
Gotta give a lot of credit to Steve Employee, though, able to book it down the right field line. Received a nice ovation from the student section.
Wisconsin down to their final strike. The pitch fouled off by Bannon. She keeps herself and her team alive. As Smith is approaching 100 pitches. That was number 96.
And she's been better as the pitch count has been up.
Just like we talked about with Jacobson settling into this game, that's really happened with Smith. That one's popped up towards 3rd. Mackenzie bump. It's been her game, and she gets the final out. And the Ohio State Buckeyes are going to take one of these 3 games. They avoid the sweep, and they gain some momentum heading into the midweek against Penn State. The final score from the Goodman Diamond, Ohio State 9, Wisconsin 5.
It was a heck of a series here at Madtown. Heck of a game showing today. Ohio State are going to move to 21-17 on the season, 3-9 in conference. Wisconsin now 15-23 overall, 4-8.